approve.
Good morning, everyone. It's 10 a.m. We'll get this meeting started. I will call to order and welcome everybody to the September the 3rd, 2019 Commission meeting of the Limestone County Commission. Pam, do we have any public comment?
No, sir, just Terry Richards will be up under your agenda.
All right. I want to get up here and get a picture, mate.
Can you get a picture? We'll tell you about it in just a minute.
Let me find the Main Street here. We'll turn the Main Street out. There we go.
Thanks, Michelle.
What'd you get there?
On August 23rd, Main Street, Alabama, recognized 53 programs across our state for excellence in revitalization efforts in our downtowns. One such recipient was the Limestone County Commission, honored with the Excellence in Public-Private Partnerships. This award recognizes creative joint ventures between local organizations and public entities. I want to read the award particulars shared that evening. The Limestone County Commission is the largest landowner in downtown Athens, with the county courthouse, county commission office, farmers market, and several other properties. They support downtown through a number of public-private partnerships, including Athens Main Street, the Chamber of Commerce, tourism, our school systems, and several other organizations. They are not only supportive of public use of their properties, but also work with organizations to provide improvements that enhance the experiences of downtown. The courthouse is the heart and soul of our downtown. In working with a number of private groups, the Commission identified the addition of uplights to the courthouse facade and a sound system that plays music daily heard throughout the square as additions that enhance the experience of shopping and downtown entertainment. Groups are encouraged to use the steps and lawns of the courthouse for concerts, civic events, pep rallies, and more. The uplights colors are changed for a number of occasions, including 4th of July, breast cancer awareness, Mardi Gras, local school colors as they achieve significant milestones, etc. In addition, the Commission and Athens Main Street recently worked together to enhance the Farmers Market Pavilion. The Commission agreed to reconfigure a portion of the space to allow Athens Main Street to create a gathering space for Athens Saturday Market patrons to relax, listen to local musical acts, and enjoy breakfast or lunch provided by local food trucks. This has had a direct effect on market foot traffic, increasing it significantly. On behalf of Main Street, Alabama, I'm pleased to present the Excellence in Public-Private Partnerships to the Limestone County Commission. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Terry. Pam, do we have any more?
No, sir, not at this time.
Pam, would you please call roll?
Commissioner Samet.
Here.
Commissioner Turner.
Here.
Commissioner Black.
Here.
Commissioner Harrison.
Here. Commissioner Black, would you lead us in our pledge, please, sir?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. All right. First on the agenda, I'll ask for a motion to approve the minutes from August the 16th and the 28th of 2019. Do I have such a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Turner. Do I have a second? Second by Commissioner Samet. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Turner.
Aye.
Commissioner Samet.
Aye.
Commissioner Black.
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Second on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve claims in the amount of $2,405,291.88. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Black. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Harrison. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black.
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison.
Aye.
Commissioner Samet.
Aye.
Commissioner Turner.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Do we have a conflict of interest with anything coming in front of the commission today? With that as a silence, I'll take that as a no. We have no resolutions and orders under contracts, agreements, and grants. The first one on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve amendments to the project agreement for the Recreational Trails Program to extend the end date to September the 30th of 2020. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Sammet, second by Commissioner Black. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Turner?
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison?
Motion carries unanimously. Second on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve TARCOG Senior RX Program Fiscal Year 20 contract for the amount of $20,848. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Turner. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Black. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Turner?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Third on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve agreement to TARCOG Area Agency on Aging Fiscal Year 20 contract in the amount of $129,530. Do I have such a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Turner. Do I have a
Second.
second? Second by Commissioner Sammet. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Turner?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Fourth on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve grant with the Alabama Department of Youth Services for a juvenile diversion program fiscal year 20 in the amount of $47,840 with no match required. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Black. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Turner. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Turner?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Fifth on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve agreement for services with Katie Henson beginning October the 1st of 2019 and ending September the 30th of 2020 to coordinate community services with juvenile assigned through the Limestone County Juvenile Court. This program is funded by Alabama Department of Youth Services grant for 30 hours per week with an amount of $16.15 per hour. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Turner. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Black. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Turner?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Sixth on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve a memorandum of understanding with the Family Life Centers Incorporated to provide substance abuse treatment and related services for juvenile referred by the Limestone County Juvenile Court beginning October the 1st, 2019 and ending September the 30th of 2020. This program is provided by an Alabama Department of Youth Grant Services for $1,250 per month. Do I have such a motion?
Make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Sammet. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Turner. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Turner?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Seventh on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve agreement with Tracking Solutions for electric monitoring services, ankle monitoring for juveniles referred by the Limestone County Juvenile Court beginning October the 1st of 2019 and ending September the 30th of 2020. This program is funded by an Alabama Department of Youth Services grant. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second it.
Motion by Commissioner Black, second by Commissioner Turner. Any discussion?
Sammet?
Sammet.
Sammet, Commissioner Sammet. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Turner?
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Eighth on here, I'll ask for a motion to renew Southern Health Partnerships Health Services Agreement for inmate medical for an additional one-year term of $50,746.53 monthly. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Black. Do I have a
Second it.
Second by Commissioner Sammet. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Turner?
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison?
Motion carries unanimously. We have no budget revisions, no emergency purchases, no board appointments. Next on here under award of bids, I'll ask for a motion to approve the bids listed below. The first one is for Sheriff's Office uniforms, and the other 5 are for printing for the Licensed Commissioner. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Harrison. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Samet. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Harrison?
Aye.
Commissioner Samet?
Aye.
Commissioner Turner?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Under personnel action, I'll ask for a motion to approve request from Coroner Mike West to move David Malone to Assistant Coroner and Jenny Jacobson to Deputy Coroner. Do I have such a motion?
I make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Turner, second by Commissioner Black. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Turner?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Samet?
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Second on here, I'll ask for a motion to hire Asa Hawkins as a groundskeeper / campground attendant for Parks and Recreation pending a drug screening. Do I have such a motion?
I make the motion.
Second. Motion by Commissioner Turner, second by Commissioner Samet. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Turner?
Aye.
Commissioner Samet?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Third on here, I'll ask for a motion to hire Richard Franks as a corrections officer pending a drug screening. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Harrison. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Black. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Harrison?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Samet?
Aye.
Commissioner Turner?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Fourth on here, I'll ask for a motion to revise the job description for a van driver at the council agent to remove the CDL requirements from job description. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Black.
Second it.
Second by Commissioner Samet. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Samet?
Aye.
Commissioner Turner?
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. At this point, I'll turn our meeting over to our engineer, Mr. Massey.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, thank you. We have today, for your consideration, 4 subdivisions. They're all minor, so they'll be for preliminary and final. Broadway on Huntsville Browns Ferry Road. This is 2 lots in District 3. That's on Huntsville Browns Ferry Road, just east of Huntsville Browns Ferry and Browns Ferry intersection. Maurice Cannon Estate subdivision, replat of Tract 1, 2 lots in District 4. It's approximately 500 feet north of Airport Road on the west side of Highway 127. Sterling Road subdivision, 5 lots in District 1 near the intersection of Ryer Road and Sterling Road. And Ezel Williams subdivision, 2 lots in District 4 on Fort Hampton Road, approximately a mile west of Easter Ferry Road. That's all I have for your consideration today.
Thank you, Mr. Massey. I'll ask for a motion to approve the 4 subdivisions as presented by our engineer, Mr. Massey. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Harrison. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Black. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Harrison?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Samet?
Aye.
Commissioner Turner?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Under other business, first on here, I'll ask for a motion to give Administrator Pam Ball the authority to approve the department budget revisions as necessary for the end of the year provisions. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
A motion by Commissioner Black. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Samet. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Samet?
Aye.
Commissioner Turner?
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Second on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve Caleb King's expense reports from June of 2019 for prisoner transportation in the amount of $76.78. Do I have such a motion?
I make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Turner. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Black. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Turner?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Samet?
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Third on here, under other businesses, I'll ask for a motion to prepare a deed for conveyance of the Limestone County Event Center to the Alabama Veterans Museum and Archives with a revisory clause that if the property reverts back to the county, if the event center the Veterans Museum no longer uses it as a Veterans Museum. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Harrison. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Black. Any discussion?
I would mention that I have followed up with Mr. Barksdale, and what I would anticipate coming before the commission, if this is approved and the commission desires to go forward with this transfer of the property to the veterans, then what I would anticipate coming before you at the next meeting would be a final draft of a deed, but also possibly an agreement that sets out some of the specifics of the opportunities for the facility to still be used for other things, such as the Hall of Fame and the elections, things like that that have been mentioned during the work session. So those will continue to be worked through over the next few or several days ahead of the next meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, be good.
Any more discussion with anything? And I guess y'all understood what Mark was talking about there at that time. Okay. So, with no more discussion, I'll call for the vote on this.
Commissioner Harrison?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Samet?
Aye.
Commissioner Turner?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Under scheduled public hearing, we have two announcements here. I'll announce a scheduled public hearing on September the 16th, 2019, to consider vacating a portion of Hampton Lane in District 3. And second on here will be announce the public hearing on September the 16th, 2019, to consider vacating a portion of Buzzard Roost Road in District 4. And at this point, we'll turn over to the report of officers. Commissioner Samet?
I don't have anything, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner Samet. Commissioner Turner?
Yeah, glad to see all the representatives from the Veterans Museum here. It was a no-brainer for me to cast my vote to proceed with this, so I hope y'all have good luck with it going forward.
Exactly. Thank you, Commissioner Turner. Commissioner Black?
Yeah, the one thing, I don't know if everybody knows about this, I'm sure Adam, of course, does, but just be with the people of Elkmont, thinking about the losses of life they had during the night and early morning. Also, let's think about our deputies and our firefighters and our EMTs and all the people that responded to that scene. It had to be horrific, so let's just keep all those people in our prayers. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Black. Commissioner Harrison?
I will mention about the Veterans Museum. Y'all know I've been a proponent of that move for a long time, and I'm glad to see it come to fruition. The paving crew is in our district, and I am in hog heaven because our milling machine that we approved, about a month ago or 6 weeks ago, was delivered last Thursday, and we put it to use Friday on Lentzville Road. It works fantastic. I mean, we will, the engineer and I were talking earlier, we have the potential to go 8 to 10 times faster milling out these bad spotting, these plant mix roads, and that's part of our strategy to be able to preserve some of our existing plant mix roads. As y'all know, it's incredibly expensive to resurface a plant mix road. Or to get it into shape where it can be preserved with a lower cost surface. So this is exciting. It's one of the best purchases. I want to thank my fellow commissioners for going along and approving this piece of machine. It's expensive. It's almost $400,000, a little bit under $400,000, but we got a good deal on it. We will pay for it within a year and a half. I mean, it's in savings from doing it the way we were, and being able to do some of the stuff in-house instead of having to go outside and have a contractor do it. So this is, to me, it's a fantastic moment in time for roads in Limestone County. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Commissioner Harrison. First of all, I want to thank everybody for coming up with veterans and all, especially for your service and all, and coming out in support of this Veterans Museum program. And I also want to, like Commissioner Black, I want to echo, this hit close to home to me, this thing at Elkmont last night. I have a son in the same class as one of the victims of it. And, my thoughts and prayers with everybody involved here. I just can't understand it. But I want to thank everybody for coming out today. And with that being said, we'll recess until, and I will also, Terry, thank you for all you do for the farmers market and all you do. And thanks for the award. And we'll recess until 10 a.m. on Wednesday, September the 11th, 2019, at the Washington Street Courthouse Annex, 310 West Washington Street, Athens, Alabama. Thank y'all.